Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, with the continuing adventures of the mighty Stubbs McKenzie, the greatest dwarf to sport a beard since Thorin Oakenshield. And just like for Thorin and Smaug beneath the mountain, things got a little hotter for Stubbs and his team beneath Harfeld Manor than they necessarily expected. Especially for Monica, our Drek Hot Decker, who turned out to just be more Drek than Drek Hot, and managed to get her brain scrambled like an egg at a Denny's while jacking in to open the lock on a data vault we were supposed to rob. Now, Monica did try to pass on a message of some kind after her brains got slagged into chunky bran soup, but Stubbs didn't really pick up on that message since Monica's speech was more slurred than Marlon Brando chewing on a mouthful of peanut butter. And also the fact that Stubbs was trying to smash Monica's cyberdeck like Orson Lannister with a beetle didn't really help us focus a whole hell of a lot either. But while Stubbs may not have been able to decipher Monica's mumbled message, the orc that showed up toting a minigun certainly spoke Stubbs' language, and his message was very clearly, get the fuck out of here. So Stubbs and the team did that pretty much straight away, and now our faithful hero finds himself at the Cruce Bazaar, hoping to put a dent in a few cans of Bud Light with Iger, who, as it turns out, is not only female, but may also be harboring a secret crush on a certain dashing, bearded, heart-punching piece of dwarf-shaped beefcake. Which then begs the question, of course, is Stubbs destined for a tragic Tariel and Killy-style romance? I guess really there's only one way to find out, so let's get to it. So I guess here it looks like we're in kind of an overworld area. We're just going to walk around. I'm guessing this trash pile. Yeah, we can't go that way. Alright, so the trash pile is going to prevent our exploring. That's fine. We can just keep looking around. Man, the Cruce Bazaar, this place is fantastic. It really lives up to its name. Why are we in a sewer? The Cruce Bazaar is in a sewer? That's a weird place for a bazaar. You step inside and the squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel gives way to the warmth of your safe house. A man waits inside, silhouetted against the dim fluorescent lighting. So some dude is just squatting in my house? It seems like I better know who this guy is, or he's fixing to get his head punched off. Paul Amsel. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He steps forward, revealing a pale and expressionless face, light glinting off steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel, your team's fixer and landlord. Part dealmaker, part information broker, one of the most well-connected men in Berlin. Shouldn't you just said one of the best-connected men in Berlin? Be better. His eyes sweep across the team as he takes it all in. The grim faces, the hard stares, Iger's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling. How did she... His face has gone ashen. He swallows. Takes a moment to chew on the words before spitting them out. How did it happen? Yeah, we don't know anything about decking. Yeah, let's go with this one. The run was a setup. 1 minute she was cracking a safe, the next she was on the ground screaming. Dietrich, I've seen Monica hit black ice before. This was something worse. Glory. Glory nods, her motions robotic and spare. So why don't you just say Lord Glory is a robot? I mean, let's just put Bender's picture here instead of Glory. Monica died of a biofeedback-induced stroke. That was the weirdest fucking stroke I've ever experienced. She was awfully talkative and lucid for somebody having a stroke. Iger, that's right. Iger thrusts a gloved finger into your chest. And this idiot stood by and let it happen. Oh, what should we do? So I thought we were supposed to be romantic interests, and now you're getting all up in my grill, Iger? You poke me because you love me, don't you? You're just looking for an excuse to touch Stubbs McKenzie. Yeah, I know how that goes. I want to touch myself often. Oftentimes I do, but, you know. We gotta go with poke me again, I dare you. We gotta respond with aggression. Iger recoils in surprise, then breaks into a feral grin. You're threatening me? Seriously? Her hands bunch into fists. Oh, this is going down. Take a swing, please. I'd love an excuse to cave your face in. So clearly, Iger and I are in love now. Sure, it's kind of an antagonistic, sort of embattled kind of love, but I think there's a burgeoning romance here. Stubbs likes it rough. Clearly, Iger may also like it rough. This could be a full-blown romance going. Dietrich. Ach, this is asinine. Stubbs McKenzie did well in there, Iger. You didn't see it, and you know you don't believe it, but he did. So do us all a favor and shut it down, okay? Iger. Shut it down? Fuck that. Iger turns to face Dietrich. She towers over him, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Dietrich. You know that, but you don't have my training. None of you have. Yeah, clearly, since you killed like 35 guys outside, you should have been the one in the vault, not necessarily Monica. She could have been decking from anywhere. Iger. Monica was good. She was the best, right? Well, clearly not. She got killed by a door lock. How fucking the best can you be if you can't even pick a lock? But she was also overconfident. She treated the job like it was a game. Do that long enough and you're gonna get burned. Iger turns her focus back to you. If you'd been paying attention, you'd have figured out all of this on your own by now. You'd have known that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Paul Amsel. Enough, Iger. Amsel's voice is hoarse, his expression blank. Enough. Iger pushes ahead, heedless of the interruption. Her voice remains measured, but there's fire in her eyes. Yeah, there's fire in her eyes. The fires of love for Stubbs McKenzie, that's what. How many seconds passed between Monica's first convulsion and her plug getting pulled? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to a Decker's brain in 5 seconds? No, I'm going to go with I don't, because Stubbs McKenzie actually has no idea. Iger, you don't have to answer that. Of course you know. No, I really don't. I'm Stubbs McKenzie. I'm not a smart man. I got a 1 intelligence. I literally have no idea what you're talking about, Iger. Monica died while you stood there and watched. I didn't stand there and watch. I tried to smash her cyberdeck. This is all your... And she's cut off. Paul Amsel. That is enough! Amsel's voice comes out in a roar and his fist smashes down on the desk behind him. Iger, you and Stubbs McKenzie can have it out later, but I've had enough. Oh, we'll have it out later. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a long, drawn-out battle that ends in a hot and sweaty, tangled-up mess on the floor, I have a feeling. We need to talk action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he'd led us to believe. I want to know why. Dietrich. Right there with you. This was supposed to be a milk run. Glory. Payback isn't the only reason why we need to find him. We saw something back there, something that we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume that we're all still in danger. You know, since Glory's a robot. Paul Amsel. He pauses, rubs his temples. Agreed. And to neutralize that danger, we need to know who we are dealing with. Let us review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest detail could be important, so hold nothing back. The only thing Stubbs wants to hold back is a cold beer to the back of his throat at this point. So let's just get this over with. Yeah, Stubbs McKenzie does not remember or know what she said, so we're not going that way. But he does remember the orc with the minigun. After everything went to hell, we were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. Glory. He appeared to be the head of security. Paul Amsel. That is not much to go on. Do any details about this orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features that I could look into? Well, he looked like a fucking withered old skeleton. Dietrich. He was an older guy, for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. Glory. And he had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. If the grafts came from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. Paul Amsel. This is something. I will see what I can find out. Did you note anything else during the run that may be of value? The estate was just a front for whatever was going on in the basement. Amsel nods. That much is clear. Dietrich. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. That facility took serious funds to build. Glory. And time. There was more to it than we saw. Places like that don't spring up overnight. Amsel. And all in secret. The owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? Seriously, Stubbs McKenzie would not remember this. He really would not. The Fire Wing. This is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. This brings back many unpleasant memories. Glory raises an eyebrow. The Fire Wing. The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experience the terror of living in her shadow. He glances at Glory. You are far too young to remember her, of course, but to Germans of my generation, the name Feuerschwing is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. The dragons of today are subtle creatures full of patience and guile. Feuerschwing is not. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Amsel takes a deep breath, slowly releases it. There's a haunted look in his eyes. Those were dark days. Countless men, women, and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation and no end in sight. It was a horror that you cannot begin to understand. Well, you know, you say countless men and women, but a minute ago you actually just put a number on it at the tens of thousands. So, was it tens of thousands or was it countless? Because those two things aren't the fucking same, Paul. Glory. What stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would just go away on its own. Eventually, the Fire Wing was brought down by a man named Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Well, with the help of Luftwaffe, of course. But it was an experimental weapon designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. She fell in a hail of bullets and rocket fire and crashed down into the radioactive wasteland of the Sox. That event was called the Dragonfall. Safe at last from the dragon's wrath, Germany celebrated Vauclair as a hero, our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My family practically worshipped the man. Iger. If the Dragonfall was important an event as you make it out to be, I'm surprised that I've never heard of it. Amsel. Those early years of the Awakening were traumatic, Iger, not just on a national level, but on a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world, a new source of terror for a bewildered public, and in 2021, the sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise to yet another wave of global panic. Wait, so was this Firewing thing localized to Germany, or was it a global thing now? Make up your damn mind, Amsel. You're all over the fucking place here. In light of such turmoil, is it any surprise that Dr. Valclair and Firewing were forgotten? Dragons were yesterday's news. He rubs his temples. Again, all of this happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of wherein is a bit of a historical trivia, and nothing more. Clearly, tens of thousands of people, or countless people, depending on which version of Amsel's story we believe here, died, and it's just fucking historical trivia that a giant dragon was thwarting the fucking Air Force and flying around rampaging over Germany, killing indiscriminately. That's historical trivia. Right. Sure, Paul. I'm beginning to doubt Paul's whole story at this point. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath trying to tell us about a long-dead dragon. Iger sweeps her eyes across the group, searching for a glimmer of insight. Finally, she gives up. Well, you're not gonna find fucking insight looking in, old Stubbs McKenzie's eyes. You're basically just gonna see the clouded, sort of cataracty look of a man who really, really wants a drink. Anyway, any ideas as to why? Amsel's voice trembles with frustration. No, it doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Feuerschwing has been dead and gone for 42 years. But there's one thing that I do know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. Would you say it was, that it meant something? That this means something? That this is important? Should we be headed to Wyoming, Amsel? He visibly struggles to calm himself, takes a deep breath, and then slowly releases it. I will look into this, and I will find answers. In the meantime, did you turn up anything else of value? Well, we could have stole a vase, but fucking Dietrich kind of put the kibosh on that, so effectively, we got fuck all nothing. I blame Dietrich and Monica. Iger, that's not much. Amsel nods, his face is drawn and haggard. It is thin, I agree. A basement, a middle-aged orc with skin grafts, and a long-forgotten world event. If it's a world event, it wouldn't be long forgotten. Jesus Christ, Amsel, you're contradicting yourself in your own sentences. How are you my boss? I mean, I'm Stubbs McKenzie. I'm not a smart man. I'm really not. But come on, man. Your story is more full of holes than a chunk of Swiss cheese. Alright, so what would Stubbs say here? You still haven't said a thing about our girl. Yeah, Paul's definitely holding out on us. Amsel shakes his head wearily. No, Stubbs McKenzie, I'm not holding out. I am tired and I'm frustrated and I already miss Monica. Was she the one that was administering your meds to make certain that you sort of stayed on the level, Amsel? Because you're possibly fucking schizophrenic. Definitely at least a little bit senile. He takes a moment. I did not think to mention our employer because I did not set up the job. Monica did. His face reddens. I warned her. I told her not to take this run, but she assured me it would be a cakewalk. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used to be a prominent activist in the F-state political scene. I never much liked the man, and I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause, anything for the Flux state. He sighs. Winter swore that the data he was after was crucial to ensuring the future stability of the Flux. And that was all it took. It sounds like Green Winter is our best lead, then. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. Iger. When he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably gonna rabbit. We need to chase him down before that happens. Stubbs McKenzie, how do we find this guy? That's all Stubbs wants to know. Where is he, and let me punch his heart out. Amsel, there's a man here in the Cruise Bazaar. A Turk named Altug Burgazi. He owns a little soy calf shop just down the way called Cafe Sezve. Yes, I apologize if I'm butchering these words here, but I don't speak Turkish, so you have to cut me a little slack. The man is also a purveyor of information. I've done business with him from time to time. Dietrich, and you think he would know something about Green Winters? Amsel nods. When I discovered Monica's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altug. One of his people has been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. As I said, I do not trust this man. So you've done business with him in the past, you've known him for years, and you don't trust him. Alright. Goddamn, Amsel, I'm telling you, you're all over the fucking place. This is like, this guy has multiple personality disorder. He's got like 7 different Amsels in his head. What would Stubbs say? Pragmatic. Sounds like it's about time to pay Altug a visit. Yes, tell him I sent you. I will do what I can to dig into the information you've uncovered already, sparse though it may be. Yeah, sure, pin this all on Stubbs McKenzie. Clearly it's my fault, not the fact that you're an idiot and gave us terrible, terrible information. Alright, so our new objective is to meet with Altug. We picked up 5 karma. So let's go into the old karma menu here and see if we can spend some of this. What would we like to increase? Let's take a look and see what options we have. Could increase our body or our quickness. Both of those would be somewhat useful. Strength, that would take all of our points. We could get more unarmed. Not really interested in raising our throwing weapons. We already have this ability, do we not? Pretty sure we already have the roundhouse kick. Yeah, we do. Why can we not go to 5? Oh, because we can't go to 5, of course, because our strength is not yet high enough. So we'd have to raise our strength before we could pick up Rip Armor. It's an interesting sounding ability. Alternatively, we could raise our willpower and up our chi casting. Ooh, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to raise our willpower, and that'll give us a chance to get Stride, which is real good. It enhances our movement speed. It's going to let Stubbs move around the battlefield considerably faster. So let's hold off on... I think we'll just save our 1 karma that we have left. We'll just kind of bank that for now. We're going to confirm that. Alright, so we can talk to you. Let's go talk to Amsel and see what other gibberish and nonsense he has to say. Stubbs McKenzie. Amsel peers at you apprehensively, his eyes bloodshot, his expression grim. Did you get information about green winners? I mean, I literally just stopped talking to you like a second ago, man. Jesus Christ. What's Dietrich got to say here? Dietrich? Dietrich turns his head at your approach. His aging face is traced with a network of faint scars, the legacy of too many fights over too many years. When he still retains a degree of strength and vigor, it's obvious that the shaman you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all of this, there's still an aura of power surrounding the man. He raises his bottle, offering it to you. Stubbs McKenzie, welcome. I've got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing, and we've got fallen comrades to drink to. Damn, Skippy. To Monica, Prost. The liquor in the bottle is crystal clear, and as you raise it, you catch an intoxicating whiff of cloves and caramel. It tastes of sweet corn and walnuts with a lingering aftertaste of buttery toffee. Jesus Christ, Stubbs McKenzie apparently is a connoisseur of schnapps. You swallow a swig and then return the bottle to Dietrich's outstretched hand. He takes a long pull in the bottle, then locks eyes with you. Let me ask you a question, Stubbs McKenzie. What made you choose to come to Berlin? Nothing in particular. I just kind of wandered in. I mean, I am Stubbs McKenzie. I mostly just followed the scent of beer, and here it sort of led me. Oh, come on, boss. You're gonna have to do better than that. Monica told me you made a name for yourself in the Megaplex, had your own team and everything. Yeah, but I drank it all away, Dietrich. Leads a man to wonder why you packed up and moved away. I just said I drank it all away. I just had to drop out of sight for a while. Sure enough, I think most of that team is here to hide from something. Not me, of course. Given a choice between hiding from something and punching it smack in the nose, you know which direction I tend to lean. Really? How do you know? Intuition. Got a nose for damaged people. Of course, I spent most of my life running with and playing for folks who were damaged in one way or another, so that might have something to do with it. So things got heavy back in the Ruhrplex, and you decided to bail and head to Berlin. Am I getting that right? No offense, Dietrich, but I gotta run. Thanks for the fucking booze, buddy, but Stubbs McKenzie's a man of action. Fair enough. Dietrich takes a long pull in the bottle, then tips it forward, pouring the rest on the ground. You fucking... Okay, well, he was pouring one out for his homie, but still, wasted booze, Dietrich, is not cool. Rest in peace, Monica. We'll miss you, girl. You know, we could have ran that booze through a kidney. Then poured it out. As you start toward the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps around the corner. Dante, Monica's dog, an enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Dietrich. Oh, shit, Dante. That's what I say every time I'm forced to read, the Divine Comedy. Oh, shit, Dante. Yeah, same thing. Anyway, Dietrich shakes his head. Don't worry, boy, we'll look after you. At the sight of Monica's dog, Amsel's eyes well up. He inhales but can't quite catch his breath. He started whimpering about an hour ago, turned into a full-blown howl, wouldn't stop. Kept. He closes his eyes. That's when I realized something bad had happened. Looking down at those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. Yeah, let's give him a scratch. I mean, my namesake was a dog. I feel somewhat connected to the canine entities. Dante leans into you and looks up mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. I guess the dog is going to go with you, Stubbs McKenzie. Amsel takes a ragged breath and releases, then a slow, melancholy smile plays across his face. Well, perhaps a part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you're finished with Altug, mein friend. With a little luck, he can help us locate green winners and we can get to the bottom of this. He stares at the floor, and now I think we should all take a moment. His lips tighten for Monica. Alright, so I have a dog now. It's following me around. Alright. Who are you? Oh, you're Iger. Hey, baby. What's up? Iger glares at you and you can taste the bile in her stare. She clearly blames you for Monica's death. Something I can do for you, fearless leader? Yeah. You're wrong about me, Iger, and I intend to prove that to you. With my dong. You want some of this, baby? Oh, yeah. Come on. We're going to go and roll in the hay. There's going to be some blood, some biting, some punching that goes on, but eventually you and I are going to do the horizontal mambo, Iger. I can feel it. She stares at you for a moment, then looks away. Best of luck with that, Stubbs McKenzie. Now, please leave me alone. Let's give her... We're going to give her the one romantic move that Stubbs knows, because he watched Princess Bride one time. We're going to give her a bit of patented Wesley, the Dread Pirate Roberts action. As you wish, Iger. As you wish. What else we got? Who are you? Oh, Glory. Alright, robot. What do you got to say here? What's up? Let's talk to the bot. Glory is beautiful in a waifish, robotic sort of way. Her features are almost elvishly robotic in their robotic delicacy. But there's something cold about her that you find slightly unsettling and robotic. What's more unsettling is her chrome. Gloria is rocking a heavy loadout of cyberware. From head to toe, she looks to be composed of more plastic and metal than she is of skin and bones. Also, robot circuitry beats in her robotic heart. In the shadows, individuals such as this are anything but uncommon, but Gloria's cyberware is first generation, all of it. Bulky, invasive, practically museum pieces, this chrome was obsolete well before she was born. Also, she was born a robot. Glory. Stubbs McKenzie. Glory shifts her gaze to you, but her expression is as cold and placid as always. Can I help you? Hey, Glory. Let's see what do we want to say here. Any thoughts on what we should do next? Find our missing client, extract some answers. Beyond that, find another Decker. Monica won't be easy to replace. Best start looking now. Alright then. I'll talk to you later, Glory. She shrugs. Suit yourself. Alright. So let's go find this all-tug chump. Also, is there anything in here we can steal and or drink? Because Stubbs McKenzie has not had any liquor in a good long while, and I gotta admit, Stubbs is getting real thirsty. So let's go check our equipment stash here. We did not stash any beer in our equipment stash. This is an egregious oversight, Stubbs McKenzie, one that must be rectified immediately. So let's get the hell out of here and go find ourselves something to drink. Stubbs McKenzie is a thirsty man. Alright, so this is clearly the exit. Got all of this stuff, not a beer in sight. We gotta find a liquor store. Alright, so we're out in the Cruise Bazaar here. Okay, so there's just some kind of magically glowing pot. Yeah, let's go talk to this fellow. Hello, chappie. Do you have any liquor for sale? Stubbs McKenzie has worked up a mighty thirst and seeks refreshment. The dwarvish tech vendor smiles at you with practiced ease, her almond eyes twinkling with the glare from a dozen trid screens. She speaks in a clipped, heavily accented German. Welcome to the Data Haven. Can I help you with something? We're not really in the market for tech, but let's see what kind of stuff she sells, just so we know. Alright, so she sells cyberdecks, drones, outfits, consumables. How much money do we have? We have 1,250 million. And looks like, alright, nothing we want then. She sells, smartware programs, other programs, decking and cyberdeck stuff. Nothing we're interested in. The Cruise Cafe. This is where we need to go. Let's explore the rest of the bazaar before we go into the cafe, though. What do you say? Let's just go kind of take a look around. A talismonger shop. I see our dog friend here is still following us. Can we go back here? Nope. There's a dude in the road who's not gonna move. Alright. Second, we got the young elf behind the counter makes your breath catch in your chest. She's lovely to look at, but it's a strange kind of beauty. Her eyes are large and luminous and impossibly green. As she looks up at you, you can see that her irises are flecked with iridescent gold. Absinthe. That's a fantastic name, actually. Hello, and welcome to Algernon's. Perhaps I can help you with something. Do you have any flowers, perhaps, Absinthe? Or Algernon? Any? No? Okay. As she smiles up at you, her eyes fix on yours. A curious feeling of weightlessness fills your chest. It feels as though you're floating in a warm, calm sea. The gentle current pulls you closer to Absinthe, and the sensation is pleasant. As you drift, the golden specks in her eyes begin to move. I'm just going to look away. Stubbs McKenzie is not easily bamboozled, ma'am. I may not be a smart man, but I am a willful man. Marshalling your strength, you manage to avert your gaze, breaking Absinthe's stare. All at once, the floating sensation dissipates, and your consciousness snaps back to its normal state. What was that? What happened? Did I get drunk and pass out for 5 minutes? Because that happens. Stubbs McKenzie will do that. Absinthe. My fault and my apologies. Sometimes when I daydream, I bring others along for the ride. It was unintentional. Yes, but there was no harm done, correct? You'll be fine. No skin off my back. Now let's get down to business. I have money and I need magic. Stubbs McKenzie needs magic, but he's actually talking about liquor. He's referring to the sweet, sweet brew of hops and yeast as the magic that he needs. She nods, taking care to avert her gaze. You'll want to talk with Algernon. This is his establishment. He can help you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do. Thanks for distracting me, I guess? Okay, whatever. So I guess now we could talk to the man himself. Why didn't I just talk directly to this guy? Greetings, young dwarf. The elf's voice is smooth as silk and rich as clotted cream. Something about him instantly puts you at ease. I am Algernon Halfdream, the owner of this establishment. In my shop, you will find only the finest in magical paraphernalia. Do you have any booze? That's how you can serve me, Algernon. Let's see what... I have a question. Do I really? Yeah, let me see what you're selling. That's really all I care about here, Algernon. You have spells. Pretty much just... Ooh. Okay. So we don't know this yet. We will have to buy it. Mana Fist. A powerful magical punch that pierces up to 4 armor. Shares a cooldown with other Mana Fist spells. Or we could buy... we might consider buying this. Killing Hands we already have. Stride we can't quite learn yet. Magical Resistance, which gives us just magic resistance, I'm going to assume. Consumables? We don't really summon elementals, so that's not really our thing. Let's buy Mana Fist and Magic Resistance. We're going to spend 800 of our new yen. We will equip... Okay, so we got some more spells. That's good. That's really all we wanted. Thanks, Algernon. Next time I come by, buddy, I'm going to bring you some flowers. Let's go, Pooch. We got to beat feet. So let's keep checking out the old Cruise Bazaar here. No harm in looking around, seeing what else there is to see. Found a dancer's bag. So we're just going to rob a lady. Tip the dancer. Toss $1 into the bag. Toss 5. No. I'm not, no. You're not dancing. I don't want to go to the U-Bahn platform. I'm assuming U-Bahn is like the subway equivalent. What do you got here? Gudari Metbach. Another vendor, I'm going to guess. The Romani Patriarch is an impressive figure, an enormous man in his late 60s, burly and broad-chested despite his age. His voice is deep and resonant, and his breath is heavy with the stench of pipe tobacco. Tavin Boxtail, dwarf. You here to conduct some business? If so, I welcome you to Metbach Arms and Ammunition. If not, keep right on walking. Don't mind me then, I'm just passing through. I don't use guns. Guns are for weaklings and lesser men than Stubbs McKenzie. Stubbs McKenzie does not need a gun. Stubbs McKenzie has fist. Fist is all that you need to solve every problem. If you've got the cash, old Zach's got the flash. This elf has clearly seen better days. His skin is weathered and emaciated as though it has been stretched too tightly over his frame. Second person we've met with skin stretched too tight. Must be a common cosmetic adaptation here in Berlin. Track marks line the crooks of his arm and dirty bandages wrap his knuckles. Despite all of this, he seems cheerful enough. The elf flexes his sweetling, bugged-out eyes on yours and offers you a broad smile, displaying a set of impossibly white teeth. When he speaks to you, his voice is surprisingly deep. Guten Tag, mein Freund. You're here for some magic because Zach Flash, he gestures himself with a dramatic flourish, he's your magic man. I might be interested. Zach cocks his head and offers you a lopsided grin. Well, Dane, I might be able to help you. He begins to twist a strand of his long, stringy hair around one of his spidery fingers. His smile remains fixed, a pearly crescent set into a face caked with grime. Don't leave me in suspense. What do you got? Oh, a little bit of everything. I've got your Zen and your Hyper, your Nitro and your Nova Coke. If you want it, I've got it. Zach leans towards you and lowers his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. I've even got a special concoction of my own design, but wouldn't recommend it unless you're serious about getting high. So this man is selling drugs. You know, Stubbs McKenzie reminds you to enjoy beverages of the alcoholic variety responsibly. But Stubbs McKenzie does not advocate underage or illegal drinking. Do I want to conduct a little business with you? No. You can go straight to hell. Enjoy responsibly. Stubbs McKenzie, reminding you to enjoy liquor and other spirituous intoxicates responsibly. So let's continue exploring the old bazaar here. What else have we got? Who are you? Simi. Simi, warming herself in the dim light of a dying street lamp, the waif of a girl who looks too worn for her years. The Mother Superior, she says there will be 7 for me to care for. I need to see them. You're high as a kite, aren't you? We could fly kites. I should ask the Mother Superior. She says I'm to be the governess to the children. You notice the chipjack poking up beneath the young woman's unruly hair. A vacant look in her eyes marks her as a likely BTL junkie, lost between reality and any number of better-than-life virtual constructs. I need money to get them back. I'm gonna step away now, junkie. You'll just go rejoin the children. Yeah, you do that. Stubbs McKenzie has, other fish to fry. Let's take a look at this statue. That phone is ringing. Yeah, we'll get it in a minute. Let's check out the statue first. A bizarre monument towers before you. At the top of the pedestal, the form of an angel stands. Its outstretched wings loom large over the small park, but the material is strange and uneven, giving the statue a cold Frankenstein-esque appearance. Okay. It appears that the artist has welded this monument together from various metal scraps and pieces of junk. As you approach, a small, grimy monitor at the base of the statue flickers dimly to life. The grainy face of a smug young orc appears on screen. Kunzel. Hello there, I am Orbit Kunzel, the creator of this monument. What would you like to know? Nothing. I don't care. Seriously, I'm just a dwarf who wants some liquor. Let's go answer this ringing phone so it shuts up. It's an old obsolete phone booth. It's ringing. And we'll pick it up. Voice on phone. A monotone, pitch-adjusted voice begins speaking almost immediately. The Shotgun Weller's contact for this Kiez is no more. Stubbs McKenzie is listed as a follow-up contact. This is our only secured line to this Kiez. Please listen to the following instructions carefully if you are a supporter of your cause. You are the Schockwallen Richter. Is fighting for the freedom and liberty of information in Berlin. The F-state manages many things, but information remains controlled. Corporations keep any information they can under lock and key, silencing dissent, silencing indiscretions, silencing the truth. Our goal is to liberate this information, that any who wish to may access it, and the F-state can regulate itself based on truth. We are a simple collective of like-minded individuals working towards this cause. Kenzie doesn't really care, but I'll continue listening just out of an abundance of politeness, I suppose. We have phone booths in strategic locations throughout the city. Within each one, you may find the request posted for specific information. If you can obtain a copy of this information, return it here and submit it via the port below the receiver. We will verify the authenticity of the information remotely and post an undoctored copy of it onto the Matrix ourselves. It is our stated goal for this information to remain free to all. However, you may be compensated for sought-after information returned to this location. So these are side quests, then. The line goes silent. I'll keep an eye out. We'll hang out. Alright, so side quests clearly are a thing. Of course, this is an RPG game. Side quests were going to be a thing. And speaking of side quests, I think we've talked to enough losers, idiots, and various and sundry salespeople around the bazaar. Let's go back to the coffee shop where we're supposed to be. Now, let's see who this is. What do you want, Lane? Hoping that Lane would ask if it was okay if we minded if he took out Beth. That would have been really, really good. Before you stands a troll, though it is a stretch to say he's standing at all. His great mass is barely held upright by two vintage prosthetic legs, along with a crutch under one arm. His body clicks and hums with every shift of his weight. Despite these disabilities, his eyes are sharp and calculating. I know you. If you know Monica. Sure I know Monica. You one of hers, then? I'm Stubbs McKenzie, by the way. Good to meet you, Stubbs McKenzie. My name's Alexi Lane. What's your place in the cruise bazaar? What do you do here? No place, really. Just an old relic rusting away. I'll leave you be, then. I don't really feel compelled to tell him that Monica is dead, and that, Iger believes we're responsible for it, even though we're totally not. Alright, so we're not even watching Stubbs move. We're just, moving around here. Alright, Stubbs, get to where you need to be as quick as possible. Did we talk to this guy down here? I don't think we did. Let's see who David is and what he wants. A pair of round eyes peer up at you from under a hood of grime-smeared winter coat. You recognize him as David, one of the Cruise Bazaar's street kids. If you had to guess, you'd place him in his mid-teens, so it's difficult to tell beneath the grime and acne marring his face. You've seen him following Monica around between runs, chasing her heels like a lost puppy. She always seemed to have a soft spot for the kid. Oh, hoy, Stubbs McKenzie. You seen Monica around? I've been looking all over her for her. She's dead. The kid blinks, a blank expression on his face. It was horrible. There was blood everywhere. Yeah, this is the Stubbs McKenzie way. I'm gonna fuck with this kid. David! The kid swallows hard. Under the shadow of his hood, you can see the color has drained from his face. Look, I think I want to be alone right now. Yeah. Yeah, she died horrible. It was awful, David. There was blood everywhere. She was gagging and spitting it up, choking on her own fucking tongue. I've got her dog now. It's all mine. Alright, so we got some people in here, but apparently no one we can interact with except Jan Goldschmidt here. Jan Goldschmidt. Hello, my friend. The voice that comes from the man in the chair is as enormous as its owner, a deep, booming roar dripping with unrestrained mirth. A fine day for soy cough, yes? I gotta run. I don't want to talk to Coffee Guy. Altug, I'm just gonna call him Altug. The man behind the counter looks right past you with the dog following close behind. Dante, I will fetch his water dish and perhaps a coffee for our friend here. No. Paul Amsel sends his regard. When he hears Amsel's name, the Turk's voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His eyes take on a knowing look. Ah, very good. Please express to Herr Amsel my appreciation of his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs, seen to in the future, I am always happy to provide. Stubbs is not a smart man. My business with Amsel. I cater for those in your line of work. Such things are necessary for a businessman such as Amsel. You understand? Yes? Nope, still in the dark over here. Rikazi gives you a slow nod, his brow furrowed. Yes, I see. Well, perhaps it would be best if you just don't worry about it. You just stand in the corner there, and I will take care of the rest. Camille, come! A young woman comes bustling in from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise of the coffee grinders. Amsel spits something out in rapid-fire Turkish. Kami, as you wish, uncle. I will see to it right away. Kami offers you a snide grin, snaps her gum, and hurries back into the room that she came from. Altug. My girl Kami is arranging to make contact with the chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. Why do all of my non-specific accents turn out to be Russian, by the way? This guy is Turkish. I got nothing. This is the best I can do, folks. I'm no voice actor. Altug. While we wait, I wonder if you would be so kind as to run a small errand for me. A trifle, really. I hate to trouble you, but I'm embarrassed to even ask. I would be most appreciative of your help. I'm not an errand boy. I do a job. I get paid. Free beer, perhaps? Still can't help but notice that the only thing you've offered me coffee. I'm Stubbs McKenzie. I need liquor. I'm a functional alcoholic here. You gotta ply me with booze. Altug. He smiles big. The Turkish vendor again. You're already being compensated. Most masterful of mercenaries. Do you not recall? Kami is fetching your information for you. Returning the favor would be courteous thing to do. Fine. Altug lowers his voice to nearly a whisper. The errand is simple, hardly worthy of you. I have installed a number of data taps to Berlin's fiber optic network as part of my civic duty, you understand. These taps provide free matrix access for all who live in Kruzbazar. In order to maintain their, their anonymity, each tap's protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit each data tap and reset it. Don't you have people for this? My regular errand runners are all indisposed, and delightfully, you are here. Besides, we must wait for Kami to return. It is a fortuitous circumstance. Just reset the taps and come back here when you are finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around this neighborhood. First one just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow arrows painted atop it. By the time of your return, I should have information the errand requested. Fantastic. So our whole job for today is a stupid fetch quest. Today's special is caramel soy calf. Delicious. Give me a half-calf latte double whip, please. Alright. So, our goal then is stupid fucking fetch quest to go do data taps. Here's one right here. So we're going to reset these bad boys as quickly as we can, since this is effectively pointless busy work. We are keeping an eye out. The U-Bahn platform, we probably don't want to go down there. I have to assume the data taps. He said they were in this neighborhood. Really, this quest is just inspiration to explore the area, but we sort of did that through our own inclination and didn't really need any additional motivation. Could have probably said no to this quest, but I don't want to pass up any opportunity for a little extra karma. Also, it's just good karma to do a favor for your fellow human being without asking for a reward, but, well, I already asked for a reward and still didn't get one. I guess that shows you what you get for being greedy, huh? Is the other one up here? Yep, right there. So there's our data taps, fully reset. And this has been a fantastically exciting Shadowrun. As you're resetting the data tap, you notice that someone has duct taped a small homemade receiver to the system. An earplug dangles from the receiver. Well, let's check it out. The sound of heavy machinery makes it difficult to hear the words that are being spoken. After a moment, you can make out 2 distinct voices. A nasal woman who sounds like a heavy smoker and a man who speaks in a high-pitched, breathy tone. Nasal woman. Blah, just heard, blah, blah, Monica, blah, 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 need to verify, blah, blah. High-pitched man. Blah, blah, good for us. Blah, blah, blah. Continue listening, I guess. It sounds like a conveyor belt starting adds to the noise of machinery, and you can't make out anything else until it comes to a stop a minute later. Noises. Think our next step. Noises. Wait, is it ready to move yet? Need to be patient. Shh. See who steps up. Shh, shh, shh. Could be someone more. Shh, shh, shh. This is pointless. All you can hear is the sound of a machine. Yeah, I'm done. I'm tired of listening to static and cryptic bullshit. Let's go back to the phone booth. Okay, it's an old obsolete phone booth. We can just walk away. Just walk away, man. Just walk away, Stubbs. You still haven't gotten your beer, Stubbs McKenzie. I mean, a man did offer you hard drugs, but I can't help but notice that the offer of spirituous beverages has still yet to occur. Stubbs has worked up a pretty mighty thirst here. I gotta say, we're not exactly getting our thirst slaked. Who are you? Didn't we already talk to this gal? You sell... Yeah, we already talked to you. I'm just browsing, don't mind me. Actually, I'm just lost. That's actually what I am, is lost. Alright, so Stubbs McKenzie has completed our fetch quest here, and this may be where we sort of wrap things up. Let's see what Altug has us wanting to do, and then maybe a little precursor for next time. Not a lot of combat action in this one, but we're sort of trying to get a feel for the scenario. Kind of get us in a little bit. Welcome, Honor Defendim. Welcome, and how can Bukarakazi serve you today? Would you like a cup of coffee, perhaps? I'm finished with your... You know why I'm here, dude. Ah, very good. I assume you had no difficulties? Not at all. It was good to take in the night air. I am delighted, oh excellent one. With that out of the way, let us return to our pressing business. He barks a stream of rapid-fire Turkish, and the gum-chewing woman comes out, hurrying to the counter. The menu for Herr Amso, uncle. Kami hands you a folded piece of paper. Inside is a memory stick. Please extend my consolations to him. The death of Fraulein Schaefer must have hit him hard. Bukrazi gives Kami a small nod, and she hurries out of the room. Where she is gone, he returns his attention to you. Please express my condolences as well. I only just heard the news. Monica was an important part of this community. He frowns. If you know how important. The memory stick Kami just handed you should contain all the information your AMCEL requires from our chef in the field. Should you require my services in the future, you know where to find me. Until then, good day. Alright, so I guess at this point we're just supposed to take this thing back to old Paul, the really fucking confused fixer. But I think that will probably be for our next run, because after all this time, old Stubbs McKenzie here still has not gotten a beer. And that simply won't stand. So I'm going to wrap things up while Stubbs runs off to the pub to get himself well shit-faced. If you enjoyed the episode, of course, thanks very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Drop a like down in the comments section if you'd like to see more Shadowrun returns. Of course, we post new episodes every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Not a hugely action-packed adventure this time, but if you'd like to catch any action in future episodes, consider subscribing as well. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Also, I sincerely apologize for my terrible voice acting. It was pretty much atrocity from front to back. But, we'll see you next time.